we need to finish up instructions for 4.1. So I want to do two problems that are similar to what you did yesterday. So if I had the square root of 6x minus 3 plus 9 equals 18. How do I solve this? I got to move the 9 first. And I get the square root of 6x minus 3 equals 9. Now I square both sides. And the square root and the squared cancel each other. So 6x minus 3 equals 81. Add 3. 6x equals 84. And that would be 10, 14. You're not even impressed. X equals 14. How did I do that so fast in my head? I broke 84 into 60 and 24. How many 6's are in that? 10. How many 6's are in that? 4. So there must be 14 total. Okay? What should we do here? Subtract the 4 and then? No. Can a square root equal negative 2? No. There's no way to do that. Every time you take the square root of a number, your answer is positive, no matter what's inside that square root. So this does not have a solution. Okay. So I had you skip questions 5 and 6 last time. It's the same basic idea, it's just a little bit more complicated. So on these questions, there will be variables on the other side. So can the square root of 8x minus 12 equal x? Maybe. That's the perfect answer. Why maybe? It depends on what x is. If I get the answer 7, is this okay? Is 7 okay? Yeah, but if I get the answer negative 2, then that number doesn't work. And actually, we're probably going to get 2 answers on most of these. And they both might work, one might work, none of them might work. It just kind of depends on what's going on. So I'm going to use the same system. I'm going to square both sides, and the square root and the squared cancel. And I get 8x minus 12 equals x squared. Now, I see an x squared, so I should think quadratic, which means I need to factor. How do I set up an equation for factoring? What do I need to do? Right, everything on one side. Do we care which side? Not really, but we would prefer our x squared term to be positive. So should I move to the right or the left? Let's move everything to the right. If you move everything to the left and your x squared is negative, just multiply it by negative 1. And that'll fix it. But it's a little easier just to move this stuff. So I get 0 equals x squared minus 8x plus 12. Now we draw our 2 parentheses. Are there 2 numbers that multiply to be 12 and add to be negative 8? 2 and 6. Negative 2 and negative 6. So what does x equal? 2 and 6. Now, do those work? Yes. Why? Right. If I look back at the original equation, if I plug those numbers in here, can a square root equal 2? Yes. Can a square root equal 6? Yes. Okay. But what if my equation was x squared minus 4x minus 12? Can you think of two numbers that multiply to be negative 12 and add to be negative 4? Negative 6 and positive 2. So x would be 6 and negative 2. Do those numbers work? No. One of them does. The 6 works. But if I try to put this number in here, can a square root equal negative 2? No. So I just throw that one away. And my only answer is 6. Okay. Number 6 is kind of similar. It's just a little bit more complicated. Now I have a u minus 3 on the left side. And you have to be careful here because it's really easy to make a mistake on this one. So I square both sides. The right side is easy. The square root and the squared cancel, and I get 19 minus 3u. How do you do u minus 3 squared? Can I just say u squared plus 9? No. I have to write it out. And then I multiply those. U squared. Multiply those. Negative 3u. Multiply those. Negative 3u. And those would be plus 9. Then I put the middle together. So u squared minus 6u plus 9. Okay. Now what? Move them all to the u squared side. So add 3u. U squared minus 3u. Subtract the 19. Minus 10. Yep, and there's an equal 0 over here. Okay, so u... Two numbers that multiply to be negative 10 and add to be negative 3. Negative 5 and 2. So I get u equals 5 and u equals negative 2. Should I just go ahead and throw that out because it's negative? No. We have to look back at the original. And we have to plug it in. If I stick in a 5, am I okay? Yes, because 5 minus 3 is positive 2. Can a square root equal positive 2? Yes. Okay. If I plug a negative in there, negative 2 minus 3 equals negative 5. Can a square root be negative 5? No, so I throw that one away. What if one of my answers was 2? Is that okay? When I plug in 2, 2 minus 3 is negative 1. Can a square root equal negative 1? No. So just because these are negative or positive, if whatever those are, you can't just throw them out without plugging them in. Because this one says any number minus 3. And when you plug in u, it has to survive the negativity test. Okay? Do you want to see another one of these? Yeah? Okay. What would that be? Number 12? Okay, same idea here. Square both sides. And over here, I'm just going to write y minus 5 twice. The left side turns into 40 minus 8y because the square root and the squared cancel each other. And then this one is going to be y squared. And then what will that be? Negative 5y. And what will that be? It's also negative 5y. So negative 5 minus 5. It's going to be negative 10y, and then the last one is going to be 25. So I need to get everything on the right side. Subtract 40 and add 8. Subtract 40. Oh, I did it wrong. Add 8y and subtract 40. And I get y squared minus 2y minus 15. Two numbers that multiply to be negative 15 and add to be negative 2. Y minus 5 and y plus 3. So y equals 5 and negative 3. Now we need to plug those in. Oh, you made it. Good to see you. Just sat on my desk. So, if I plug 5 in there, is it okay? Can a square root equal 0? Yes. The square root of 0 is 0. So that one's okay. And then when I try to plug in negative 3, negative 3 minus 5 is negative 8. Is that okay? No. What if one of my answers was 4? Would that be okay? No. Because 4 minus 5 is negative 1, and a square root cannot equal negative 1. All right? Do you need to see more? You're good? Okay. Get to work. Finish 4.1.